want to taste the waves of the seven seas. I was made for the livelong life of traveling. Oh, see it all, yeah. I wanna see it all, yeah. I need to see it all, yeah. I wanna see it all, I wanna see it all, yeah. I'd give anything just to leave this town tonight. I'd give anything just to leave this town, leave it all behind. Want to taste the waves of the seven seas. I was made for the livelong life of traveling. Oh, yeah, I was made for the livelong life of traveling. See it all, yeah. I wanna see it all, yeah. I need to see it all, yeah. I wanna see it all, I wanna see it all, yeah. I'd give anything just to leave this town tonight. I'd give anything just to leave this town, leave it all behind.
How's everyone doing today? Hope you all have a fantastic, wonderful day. We're gonna be jumping right back here into some more Project Nope Zone. How much does a hipster weigh? An Instagram. Okay, sure. Alrighty, let's jump in here. Alright, so we managed to get our neutron collector at the end of the last stream. Could have swore I placed it down. Could have swore I placed it down somewhere. Right there. There it is. There it is. So we got this right at the end of the last stream. And we need it to produce quite a bit of dust in order for us to get the upgraded version. So we need 4 of these blocks. We need, there is an essence. There is but it does require the crux by itself, but this requires blocks. See, that's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. So basically this machine, this one is upgraded. Like, it's a custom machinery, so I'm assuming you can upgrade it. But whether that's worth doing versus trying to save up for the seed, I'm not sure. And in fact, it may be a good idea to get more than one of these. It's probably a good idea to get more than one of these, because otherwise we're going to be waiting a very, very long time to make that decision. Because I'm pretty sure at the end of the percentage here, when this finally does fill up, it just produces 1 dust. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. And that's to get these singularities, which requires blocks of the stuff. And the best way there is going to be growing it. Unfortunately, I think you probably only get... probably not much, if I had to guess. You get 4 per growth. We haven't gotten any of these garden cloches. It might be worth setting up garden cloches. See, before, I don't think you could put any of the seeds in them. I believe that was a change that was made. Now, I'm not sure if you can put every mystical agriculture seed in a garden close. But I feel like it definitely might be worth it here to do that. We could probably set up this recipe to make the garden cloches as well. So essentially, if we had one for every seed that we need, unfortunately, like, some of this is not going to be seeded. Like Raven Feathers, that's just going to be straight up killing. Masticator's the same thing. Black Iron, that's going to be producing. There is no Black Iron seed. Flux. Infused ingots. I think that we already have this on an autocraft. We do. For the flux infused, the electrum can be seeded, but the dust cannot. So that's just going to be a manual process. Epic Bacon, that's, once again, we can get the dye, more than likely. More than likely. Yeah, right here. We can get the dye essence put in the cloche. This is almost done here. Well, let's see, I'm pretty sure you get 1 dust at the end of this. Yeah. 1 pile. 1 pile. So yeah, that's rough. That's rough right there. But, so the bacon, for more or less, other than the cooked pork chops, because I doubt The pork chops themselves can be essence with pig seeds. And that can be cloche. I think we're just gonna have to do cloches. Dimensional shards. That's just mining. That's just mining. Awakened Draconium is a seed. I do remember that being a seed. Once again, you do get the nuggets from that as well. So yeah, we're gonna need to set up a cloche recipe here. Do we have any of that? No. So we're gonna want hardened glass in here. That requires obsidian and quartz. Okay. Get this cloche again. Steel mechanical components. This is the cheaper version of that. You would need an automated engineer's workbench to fully automate this. Treated wood planks. It may or may not be worth setting that recipe. It's probably not worth setting that recipe. And I believe we're out of pattern. Yes. So essentially what we want to do there is we need to change my skins are different now. These just look like normal picks even though they have the stuff. But hopefully that didn't cause any problems. I don't know if something happened in between. I don't know if the pack updated or something, or if it's just a visual bug. I don't know. Anyway. So currently we have a lot of this stuff coming off this one face of this ME controller. We would have to change the way our cables are, and then we can set up more auto crafting. And unfortunately, I think it is finally time that we go ahead and do that. I've been avoiding it for a long time, having to redo all this, but I do think that it is now time that it is no longer avoidable, that we have to change how this works. So we're gonna put my silk touch in here. Don't want to lose that. Don't want to lose that. But yes, it is finally time to fix all these issues. One second here, guys. Somebody messaged me. Sorry. Okay, it was just a email notification. Just an email notification, no big deal. So yeah, it is finally time we change the way this works. Unfortunately, we have to tear down our system to do this. I want to get access to the cable underneath there. I don't know why that happened. Not sure where that one went. Right there. Right, there's where it went. Alright, we want to change this as well. Most of these dense cables we don't really need here. It was just all temporary to get things working in the meantime. Right before the stream, I took a drink and went down the wrong pipe, so you hear me making noises, that's why. That's why that happened. Okay. All right. So, since we're gonna move everything anyway, since everything's gonna get moved, we might as well have our ME system here in the middle, but we don't want to cut off a face. So, we'll do it this way. Like that. And then we can have So if we do this, we bring our dense cable down. And then we take our cable anchors and do this. So something like that. This would mean that we can have two buses, one going this way and one going this way, essentially. And that's looking pretty good. Now this will need power. So essentially, if I wanted to give this power, I'd probably do it on this base here. Because we can connect all of this down below. This we can connect down below on this line. Yeah, yep. So I will need a flux point. This is going to use up a phase, but I think in the long run that's okay. And let's get some ME cable here. So essentially on every different face, we're going to want this cable. And we can put our crafting there, pattern encoding there. This is obviously going to get changed, but for right now, this is just so we're not using, like that should only use 3. This is to separate it out. Anyway. And now, the hard part. The the part I wish I had a magnet for, but what we're gonna do instead is just sort my inventory and do this. We'll get this moved onto one of these buses. Some of this is... Nah, most of this is gonna change. Most of this is gonna change. How many devices do I have here? 1, 2... That's 1, 2... I have 2 devices over this direction only. 3. Also, why is this import busted? I mean, I guess it's fine. It was working. I guess it's fine. But before, on this one, I had to input it back into pattern provider for it to recognize that. I don't know why this one, the importer side, works. I don't know. Weird. So let's see. I'm trying to think this out here. Here's our main bus. So if we break this, bring this out, here's our main bus. So that's all fine. And then I guess really these can just, because there's so few here, we can change this around later if need be. But just because there's not a lot of connections on this line, this is fine. Oops. Okay. Like, if we connect that up, that's probably fine as well. Because there's only one there. Like, this is saying 6. Six total? Yeah, 6 total on that line. And that's including one, two, three, 4, 5. But it's saying 6. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, that's correct. Alright, these are also gonna get moved. All this is gonna get moved, basically. But I do want to come off of this line with our drives. And that should be 7. Nice. Then this one here. That one there as well. Then that should be 8 on that line. Connect up that. 9, 10, 11. Nice. 12. I'm just curious. I want to see, where does that bring it? Does that fully saturate that? It's saying only 12 still. Okay, so now still saying 12. How is that possible? Because some of these are not multi-blocking. Anything. Okay, why would these? Because this can only handle 8. That's what's going on there. So actually, yeah, this is where we got to change this stack. That's what's happening there. All right, because we're going to have to change these around. Inventory space is going to become a problem. Inventory space is going to become a problem. What do I have in here? Do I have any wood? I do. Let me take this. And I want to make a barrel. So it's going to be planks here, slabs there, and a redstone torch in the center. Okay, spruce barrel, I guess. Sure. There should be a upgrader if I do at sophisticated. Basic to gold. Basic to diamond. Basic netherite. Just because I know we're going to need it. Just because I know we're going to need it. The blank patterns can go in the pattern guy. And basically all my patterns I'm going to put in here. Okay. Okay. Do 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 do. The bottom ones are the scariest ones. There we go. Ba-da-da-da-da. Do 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 do. Let's go into our inventory here. Three, two, one, go! Alright, we filled that netherite barrel up. We got some more space in the chest. Hopefully it's enough. Hopefully it's enough. May not be though. All right. All right, so with these, we'll empty the acceleration cards. Okay, got them. Got them all, so only 13 molecular assemblers, huh? That's all I had. That's crazy. Anyway. Now. So each fluix cable can deal with 8 pattern providers. If we do this one here, followed by this one here, that's the chandelier method. This can handle another one of these. We would want them to be separated.
You think by how many times I fell. I learn, but I'm weak when you smile at me, can't you tell? I yearn for that someone to bear with me.
Hanging on to. So there's that. What does that leave us with? Okay. The new beginning. Knew you could be the new beginning. Alright, what does that bring us up to? 23, okay. Then how many blocks away is this? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Is it on the third? So, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many times I fell, I've learned. Can't you tell that I yearn? So that should be able to hold all the patterns that we currently have made. And then essentially what we could do here, we have enough space to do this, this, that, that, and that should not take up any more channels. Yeah. These are all accelerated. So there's that. And now, I'm not sure if each crafter or each CPU uses a channel, or if each, we have enough for 3, or if each block. I'm pretty sure it's each CPU itself.
You gave it up before you even tried, before you even gave it a shot. So why should I feel helpless? Why should I feel useless now? So find another way to get into my arms, to get into my heart again. 'Cause why should I feel helpless?
Lost a couple co-processors there. Rip. Gonna hold me down. The night is young and we're free.
Nobody's ever gonna throw me down. There's nothing left you can say. Nobody's ever gonna
Hold me down.
The night is young and we're free. Nobody's ever gonna throw me down.
All right.
You can say.
Crap. So this cable already has 3 on it. Alright, does that max this cable out now? Yep. Nobody's ever gonna hold me down.
The night is young and we're
Free.
Nobody's ever gonna throw
Hold me down.
There's nothing left you can say.
Give me a 4K on that.
Nobody's ever gonna hold me down. The night is young and we're free. Nobody's ever gonna throw me down. There's nothing left you can say.
Okay, and then co-processors. Okay. Now we haven't added any more crafting potential here. The only thing we've done is consolidated it to where it's taking up less space. Just as a reminder there. Making it easier to manage in the future. Basically the only thing we've done here. It'll be easier to manage our channels and whatnot this way. There. Do. Get it all back in. Do, 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 do. we should still run out of space. And with that, we've ran out of space. So now, this is our current setup. And we do not have any of these machines linked up. So, our machine stuff will have to go on a separate line over here on this line. Essentially what I'm thinking, there's currently nothing on this line. Currently nothing on this line at all. You're reaching out for me. So, we can either run it underneath, and I think this will be the cleanest if we run it underneath with our pattern providers here on the bottom, and then our machines on top of those with power running probably in the back, probably off of this plug here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now we could run it directly on the dense cable. That is an idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. These ones here are already hooked up. But ideally, we would move them over as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we'd move the 19 machines over here. And if we're gonna do that, we need glass. Do we have any sand? No. 3 o'clock in the morning. Do we have any gravel? Yes. I wanna be ready for love. You ready for me? We'll find a safe hiding place. Okay, this is automatically getting the stuff. My secret in the night. I'll be your flashlight. You'll find a safe hiding place. Your light will guide us on the way. Sit in the night. Need a place to hide. I'll be your flashlight. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. So, what we can do here is come about here, run dense cable up. And basically all of our machines can be a part of this wall. We'll make a wall of machines. Then the power, we can bring the power out here, out the back, and up, something like that. Power can go here in these two slots, running up. Okay, let's start here with our inscribers. Start with our inscribers. So essentially, are we missing? I'm not sure how we ended up with 4. Pattern provider. Okay. So essentially we go pattern provider, inscriber, this. I think will work like this. I'm not sure. We'll try it. We'll try it. Silicon. Silicon. Engineering. Oh, is this gonna... This might cause a problem. So if I'm gonna want this consolidated, these have to be directional. Yeah, these are gonna have to be directional. Like that. Like that. Yep. There's one there. That's gonna get silicon. One here. This. And the engineering. Right? Yep. Okay, that's fine. So essentially, this is Project Note Zone. By the way, welcome Apex. So I think I'm gonna have to set these up from the top down. I think I'm gonna set these up from the top down. Yeah. So if you ever heard of Project Ozone, it's sent from the same creator, and this is basically like a Smash mod. Basically a Smash mod pack. So I have to set these up from the top down. Because I have to direction these as I'm going down. Like that, like that, like this, like this, like this, like this. Do that. Did I do that on the others? Yes. Like this. Yep. Let me under there. I gotta go on the bottom. Like that. Most amount of viewers I've ever gotten. So I've been doing this for 11 to 12 years. I lose track of how many years. But my heyday was probably I think I got like 20 at one point. Okay, so now this gets the engineering. This gets the engineering. Okay. This gets the silicon. This will take the silicon. This will take the logic. Okay, you can have the logic. You're going to be calculation. You're going to be calculation. Am I focused now on getting more viewers or just having fun? I believe if I'm going to get more viewers, it's going to happen organically. Yeah. I'm not stressing over anything though. This is what I thought. I should have had one more pattern provider. But I have no clue where that went. Somehow it ended up in my backpack? Sure, that makes sense. I do have a YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm multi-stream, so currently I'm also streaming to YouTube. Alright, so this is how I want this. But we need to go down one level in order for me to fit this pattern provider in the stack. So we're gonna need a little bit more dense cable. Alright. Dense, give me 10. Hey! Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to Rapids Legion. Alright, so we're gonna need to go, yeah, down one more. Down one more here. Something like that. Put that there. And then now, you can come down here. Oh, that's not connected up. There we go. That be those three. Now, I have no idea if this is gonna work in this configuration. We are gonna have to get power to it. We're gonna get power over here. This is where I want to have basically this set up here. I'm getting power. Run our line over. Up one. So now that's all powered. That is all powered. So, if I wanted a calculation processor, it does not know how to make the infused because we need to get the furnaces at least over here first. That's what's going on there. Also, why do I have acceleration cards? Why do I have 25 leftover acceleration cards? Because they go in here. That's what's up. That's what's up. Here we go. There we go. Now, I don't love what's going on right now. There's gonna be augments and stuff in those furnaces. We'll take all of our smelting stuff and put it down here. Like that. Yo! Apex! Thank you very much for the subscription. Holy cow. I really appreciate that. It's the first time I've ever had a subscriber. I don't know what to do. I sincerely appreciate that. Okay, so these need to get moved over. With these. You have to go now. You'll watch later if you're streaming tomorrow. Good luck. Thank you very much. See you next time. Okay, so the problem with furnaces we were relying on this to pull it back into the system. So furnaces are going to need importers on the bottom. I'm not sure if that takes up a block space or not. It does because of the cable. It does because of the cable. Okay. Then it's going to be pattern provider pointed at the top. And then once again, cable. Furnace. Importer. Pattern provider. Ah, that doesn't receive power. Neither does that one. There we go. Okay, so now this, we can output bottom, that's fine. Oh, okay, maybe we don't need the importers because we can do an input-output. Yeah, that's more smarter-er. That's more smarter-er. Okay. Yep. So now... Well, we might as well keep that one there. Put the input output there. Like that. And then essentially this guy here, we can set up the same way. And that should work, I would think. Get all of our ingots first here. Sand can go in here. I don't think this recipe works because I don't think this can make stone. Now it can. Okay, that wasn't working before, I think, because of that setup that we were doing. So now it's fine. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. It was this whole deal that was messing us up before. So now we can probably get see, how many channels have we used up here? Only 7. We can probably extend this out, shift our drawer wall over here. We can extend this out and go vertical some more. We don't like the rain around here. Too loud and and it messes with compression. Okay, we have a lot of machines here to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Call that 9, 10, 11. 11 machines, which can fit on here. But guys, it is time for our first break of the evening. Feel free to grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, folks, let's get back in here. Sorry about that. Had to use the restroom. Alright. Alright. Okay. So, we need to do some stuff here. I would like to rearrange this drawer wall. Probably going back to... I'm also noticing that every time we pick one of these up and place it back down, they're no longer locked. So, I should have a key, drawer key, that we can lock these two here. That one there. Put this in my offhand. And then we will go ahead and move this. We'll put our, oh, see, this is gonna cause a problem because this has to be on the bottom for it to work properly. So this, we're gonna be tearing this wall down too. This wall here is going to stay. So we'll do this. Where's my cobblestone? Is it gonna tell me what's in it? No. How do I see what's in here? Is any of this gonna tell me? Count cobblestone. Here's my cobblestone. Boom. So that should have relinked up those other drawers as well. Not that it matters because, like I said, we're readjusting here. Oops. There we go. These are also going to get moved. Of where I'm going, even the sun where I'm from, guided by intuition, pressing out my temptations. Okay. That also means we do not need this anymore. More than likely. Means we can tear these down as well. Nothing else is connected to this laser. So all that there is still connected. And that frees us up to make another stack here. We'll just get rid of this part of the island. Do 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 do. So this is a 4 gap. So if we come up here, that should be the same distance, right? 1. Did I go over 1 too far? 1, 2, could be here. And higher, can't see the ground. These stars are getting so bright. Not a cloud to see inside. Dense from guided by intuition, pressing out my temptation. Alright, give me some gravel. Follow through the great age. We'll pulverize that down. Bow, bow, down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Okay. I throw that in there now. Can I get more dents? Yep. Bow, ba-dow, ba-dow. Alright, it's crafting that up relatively slowly because we don't have enough molecular assemblers. The mighty wind. Think that's the same height? Looks like it. In the ocean. Can I make some universal cable? Hard. Okay. Hard. Stand back, just stand back. I'm chasing the storm. Get rid of this line as well. I'm chasing storms. Alright, now this actually doesn't need to be here. It needs to go here and here. Somehow we managed to make the perfect amount. Love to see it. And now, let's start with... Let's get our multi-servos in place. Gonna be a little bit difficult here. Sky is falling down hard. I was trying to see if I could reset that, but guess it doesn't matter. I'm chasing storms. Okay. Get our plates, our wire, our blocks. Okay. So we got plate, 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 wire, wire, block, 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 correct, correct. Okay, that'll be a little bit easier when we go to grab all the rest of that. And gears. Now we have gears. Start the gears up over here. Just stand back, I'm chasing storms. Okay, now take all of these. Okay, and I don't know if I can just, oh, that surprisingly worked. Okay. Alright, so now we can place, I figure out how I want to place this here. This, we should be able to input and output through the bottom, I would think, of these. Yep. That. 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 That's a little bit more rough than I wanted it to be. And then we will go plates, wire, blocks, gears. So we're going with plates, then wire, then blocks, and then gears. Plates, wires, blocks, and then gears up top. There we go. Plates, wires, blocks, and gears. I think that should work just fine. Should probably make sure inputs. Okay, so I think it kept all of its settings, which is great. Love to see it. Now up top here, we could probably put in the pulverizer. To keep theme, I'm gonna go the bottom of the block again. And we'll just have to change the pulverizer around to be input output. So something like that. Works beautifully. On this row here, we have our furnaces. We could probably put our induction smelter on that line. I think that makes sense. And then the top as well. That should be fine, I would think. Our crusher only has the fluoride in it. How many more spaces do we have on this line here? Realistically, because our this would make more sense if these were on the bottom, just like we did the stack to the right. And this was set to that. And then same thing here. A little confused here as where that went again. It's always the pattern providers that end up disappearing. When realistically, it was the only direction it could have went. I guess technically it was right frickin' there. Okay. I will fly. Give me a pattern provider, please. Right. 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 Even less on where I'm from. Let me borrow you. Put that down. Change this to input output. Give me another pattern provider, please. Do, 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 do. Okay. Give me another pattern provider, please. I will fly. Soaring higher and higher. Can't see the ground. These stars are getting so bright. Not a cloud to see inside of where I'm going. Even less on where I'm from. Guided by intuition. Pressing out my temptation. Find the way, hey, find the color through the gray. Boom, ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-dum, boom. I'm assuming that other side should still work. It looks like it is. It looks like it is. Bum ba-dum ba-dum. Bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum ba-dum. Okay, that gave me my pattern provider back. Now let's switch this around. This can be set for input output there. Okay. Yeah, this just makes more sense this way, I think. Okay, now Crusher. Oh, nope. Okay. Input output. Auto eject on. Don't know if the auto eject is necessary, but it's there anyway. So most of these can go away now. then we do need to set this guy up. But this is going to be a little bit more complicated of a setup. For now, we can tear these cables down. This obsidian furnace is less necessary now. As well as that importer. Which apparently wasn't even maxed out on acceleration cards anyway. This line here also unnecessary. Okay. This line here. I don't even know how that's getting. It's all getting power from this one. Interesting. Interesting. Cool, I guess. That's cool, I guess. Okay, so we have the quantum compressor. That's a 1-block deal. Not really though, because you still have to do this in order to get it to work right. Okay, we'll come back to that. And this whole time we should be making piles of neutrons. So it's not like we're wasting energy or anything like that. Okay. Trying to figure out what machines are getting moved next. This is a more complicated setup. These are relatively simple. Those are relatively simple. How much space do I have left on this line? Enough. So I can put one here and one down there. Well, we have 3, so then 2 on that side, 1 on that side. That'll work. Ideally, though, we just put all 3 on this side, because then all 3 machines are right there next to each other. Just for aesthetics, really. Just for aesthetics, mostly. Alright, so this is one machine. This is one machine. And that's the last machine. And let's try to not lose these pattern providers. Okay. I think these will retain their inventories. I'm not sure though. Guess we'll find out. Alright, we're gonna start with a pattern fighter. Boom. Can I figure out which is which? Redstone, diamond, and obsidian. So we want redstone first. Redstone first. Then diamond. And then obsidian. This one gets this one. This is diamond, so it gets those. And then the redstone is there. So those should be all good to go. So those should be all good to go. We have spares over here. None of this is hooked up to the system. We have these left. I think just those left. This is not full because we just disconnected 3 lines. Alright, so it's just our complicated setups left here from what it looks like. And I wonder if we can't just IMI pattern provider directly in and out of this. I'm not sure. I've never tried it. Or if you have to have the filters in place with the laser nodes. If you have to have the laser nodes there, it's not that big of a deal because this is a self-contained system as is. It just takes up, what is that? 9 blocks, which is the annoying part. Well, 15 blocks if you include the rods. Let's see how I would want to do that. Probably out the back here. Probably out the back. I would want to extend this out a bit, branch it up, and then run it off of here. And then probably going left, or I guess on this instance, because of power, we would want it to go right. And I guess it would be the same with this setup here. This is a lot smaller of a setup. But we would also want it going to the right. So our power cables could meet up with it. Like if we ran power back here and then up as well. This is gonna be easier. This setup here is gonna be easier. So let's do this one first. Then again, I say that. I say this is easier, but for a stacking formation, it's not really easier. We would do the pattern provider here on the bottom. Then this. This gets this. And then our logistical transporter might be able to pull from the front. Like this. Okay. Okay. Because it was on wrench mode, my bad. Done that plenty of times. That might work. I'm not sure if that's going to work or not. We'll figure that out when the time comes. Anyway. So now if we were going to move this setup, we're gonna move this setup. We could stick this here. put that there with this and this. That will get put into this barrel. Something like that. And then we'll have another barrel 2 blocks away. About there. Not to there though. Not to there, not to there. So this barrel needs to be here. That's gonna get put there. Let's get this guy and these moved. So this barrel will be the input. We're gonna have a node here, or we put our node here, pushing this way. So we put our laser node here, pushing into this. Then we have another laser node here pushing down. Our rods I don't know if that's close enough to connect. But so that's just a straight up extract. West is the input. Okay, so we come over here with our laser node. Laser node goes here. Down is going to be the extract. North is going to do that. Let's make sure that's correct. That looks correct to me. And then here be another laser node. So this one has no filtering at all. But no. This laser node needs to go up one. So this is going to be extract. And then down the insert. But now that doesn't work because it's not close enough here. We need to move this barrel up one. So that's going to work. And then we need this here set to extract. These can easily be readjusted here. In fact, they could just go here, here, and here like that, and that should be fine. So now if I request up some electrical copper, is that pattern provider? Oh, energized copper, right? My bad. So if I request 10, is that gonna work? Yep. Okay, it works. It works. Good. Okay, so that's all moved around. Now, the only other thing here is if... I don't know if this is going to work now. The only way of testing that is if we actually make singularities. But that's all of our main machines moved over that are automated at least. But now we could actually automate these as well if we wanted to. And we have space to do it. And we can see our channels. We can actually see our channels now. Which was one of the main reasons I wanted to do this. Then down here we have the chandeliers. I could make a whole bunch more molecular assemblers. But we still need one more chandelier hanging down, unfortunately. Which means we could put it over on this line. It's just going to be a little bit lower than the rest. Unless I lowered that line down. But that's fine. We'll just stick it on here. Let's see. This is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, technically if you go right here. We'll hang that down there. Alright, give me 6 pattern providers and give me 1 molecular assembler for now. Alright, we're missing what? Some iron and plastic? We're not missing plastic, it's just not in our system. Boop, boop. There you go. And then iron. Right there. $17.60. I also want to make sure that is going down. Okay. Then let's get my other iron seeds here. I apparently only have 1. Could have swore I had 3 of those, but that's fine, I guess. Unless it's in here. Nope, don't see it. Alright, give me pattern. Not my backpack. Not my backpack. Okay, 982. $748. 636. 481. 404. Webpage not found. 263. 173. We're getting there. 1. Boom. Boom. We'll let those grow up a little bit more. Then I also need one, at least one. Missing Spirited, and the saw, and some iron. This is why we let the iron keep going. We can take one down, get the Spirited. Alright, it's working its way through there. Gonna say, I'm assuming a redstone was still hooked up there. A lot easier to check that now. How many times I fell. But I think the saw is done now. Can I also request up one of these now? No, it's still missing the saw. Hanging on to... Because for some reason it's holding the saw. Until the craft's done, I guess? Beginning, could be the new beginning. Heart is broken and couldn't end it for the night. So we're gonna grab 3 molecular assemblers. Once this is done, you really would have thought it would have released the saw once it finished. I guess it's just not smart enough to do that. Like, I don't need this anymore, let me put it back in the system. We're probably gonna need more Invar as well here pretty soon. Which is here. We can probably take one of the iron down. Throw in the Invar. By how many times I fell, I'd learn. Smile at me, can't you tell? Yearn. Yeah, this is the problem right now. We need a lot more molecular assemblers. Part of what we're trying to fix, though. Part of what we're trying to fix. Could be the new beginning. New beginning. My heavy heart is broken. Though you could mend it for the night. We could go watch it, I guess. Come down here. Or not. Because it's done with crafting? No. Because the crafter that's in is not touching multiple. So if I did this, now it should be going twice as fast, I would think. Crafting of both those at the same time now. Okay. Alright, we'll wait for these to get done. Or maybe now I can start the molecular. Nope. Because it still has not released that saw. Still has not released the saw. They'll release a saw once these capacitors get done and the pattern providers are done. That's something, I guess. Alright, waiting on the last couple of capacitors here. Last one. There it is. Give me, I don't know, fucking 10. Okay, give me 4. Just some glowstone? Nope. They give me 1? Give me 1 for now. Alright, we need that to get done before we can progress any here. Then we're gonna make a lot more. Let's get nitro. Another star. Ironwood down. Even though currently we can do another star in the corner. We can do another star in the corner. Ironwood there. And unfortunately, we would have to swap this out for a nitro. Crux. We probably don't need the Ironwood to grow for too long. We'll switch it over to the Energized here pretty shortly. Do, 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 do. We'll get up to a little over 1,000. Then we'll swap it over for the electrical steel. If I can find it. Or energized steel, I guess. Yeah, we'll get a bit more of that as well. We'll let these other two grow for a bit. Boom, 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 boom. Uh-oh. Surely those are not broken. They are because I did not configure the output, eh? Or did the patterns get messed up? The patterns got messed up. Okay, so I do need to direction these patterns. That's what's happening. These have to be directional. These have to be directional. Okay. This is redstone. This is diamond. Okay. Diamond goes in there. Nitro goes in there. That should have fixed that problem. There it goes. Alright, give me... Do 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 do. Need fiery, ironwood, spirited, Another star blazing. We need a lot. We need a lot. I was gonna say, if those are still producing, which because of scrap, it does not look like they are, but if they were, that's how we were making scrap before, these slivers from the plant. The slivers from the plant. Alright, let's get this down. With that. And these. Okay. We can handle one more of these chandeliers like this. We can handle one more of those. Okay, as soon as I get done with this here. Alright, let's get scrap. Now, is that going to automatically use that? No. So if I come back here, how many slivers do I have? Not many. If I put that in there, that should automatically go into one of these machines. Yes, it does. But I want to see, does that still output over here? 'Cause in theory, yes. It should output there. Okay. So we would need an auto collector for the slivers. We obviously have a drawer for it. We obviously have a drawer for it. So I need to get a right-hand clicker. And for some reason, the nether stars are no longer growing. Is it because it's nighttime, or is it because the clicker's there? That's just because it's nighttime. Got it? So we should be getting more slivers. Yes, we are. And then that should automatically be getting put into these machines over here. Okay, that's all working good. We just need a way of getting the Durasteel back into our system, which we will set up next time. That's gonna be it for today, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you're following the stream here on Twitch, subscribe over on YouTube, follow me on Facebook and X. Good night.